In this lesson, we will take a look at parameter queries. I'll start by clicking on the Create tab up at the top and then choosing Query Design. I'll populate my query. I'll use the Customers table. I'll add a couple of fields. I'll go ahead and bring in the company name, and we're going to go ahead and do a search on the city field. So just creating normal criteria in a query, I'll go ahead and type in a city name, and then I will go ahead and run the query, and I pull the record set for the City of London from my Customers table. Go back in Design View. To create a parameter query, I will come out and I will select London and press Delete, and I'm going to start with a set of square brackets, and I'm going to go ahead and type in some text. And I'll say, enter the city. By using square brackets, you're telling Access to go look for a user-defined field or a user-defined function. When you run the query, Access will come out and try to locate the user-defined field or function, and it can't find it, so it prompts the user and it says, I can't find this, you tell me what this is. And it displays the user-defined or function inside of the parameter box here, which just prompts the user, enter the city. So here I would go ahead and just type in London. I would go ahead and click OK, and then it grabs London and displays the record set from the Customers table. I could also add a second city, so I could come down here and type in the OR row, I could say something like enter another city. And because it's on the OR row criteria, it will ask for the first city and then the second city, and it will display either one or the other. So when I come out here and run the query, I could go ahead and in the first city I could type in London, click OK, and then it prompts me for the second city, and I could type in something like Madrid, and I'll click OK. And then I see either London or Madrid. Instead of stacking the OR parameters on top of each other like this, you could go ahead and just place them one on the other. I'll do a Control X, and up here I'll just type in OR and then paste it, and it'll work exactly the same way. Next, as we've seen before, you could come out here and you could use a wildcard character like this. You could just say L asterisk, and then it will pull any city that begins with the letter L. And if I run my query, I can see I pull not just London, but other cities that begin with the letter L as well. Now notice that it uses the like operator inside. Access puts that inside automatically for your wildcard character to tell the query that it's going to go ahead and look up based on a fraction of some text inside the criteria area. To turn this into a parameter query, I would just come out and remove some of this text. I'll leave the word like inside of here, or if you were starting from scratch, you could just type in like yourself, and I'll go ahead and type in something like enter some city text, close bracket. To include the asterisk at the end, we want to also include at the end of the bracket, we want to say ampersand, and then we'll go ahead and put in our asterisk. And I'll just type that in and include that at the end. And when I come up and click to run, it asks for some city text. I'll go ahead and type in the letter L. I'll click OK, and it just puts the asterisk at the end. And I pull up not only London, but also Lander, Leipzig, Lille, Lisboa, and Lyon, and the rest out there as well. You could also use your wildcards like this. You could come out and say asterisk O asterisk, and then it would come out and pull any city that has the letter O inside of the city name. And if I were to run this, I can see I pull up 42 records where there's at least an O somewhere in the name, either the beginning, at the end, or anywhere in the middle. We could set the same thing up using a parameter query. I will come out here and I will right click inside of my criteria cell, and I will choose build. This will give me a little more room to work. Plus, if I need to, I could go ahead and access any of the function or reserved words inside of my database. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight this, press delete, and I'm going to change this up. And I will say asterisk ampersand. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just tagging the asterisk onto the text that I type in and then finish with another asterisk so that all I have to do from this point is just type in some text, and whether it occurs at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the city name, it will go ahead and pull it up. So this is what the criteria looks like for my new parameter query. I will go ahead and run this, and I will type in the letters AN, and when I click OK, it'll pull up any city that has the letters AN anywhere inside of the city name. If you were creating a form or a report using this query that I've created, whenever you ran the form or the report, it would run the query, which would then in turn prompt you inside of your form for the parameters, just as we've seen here, and it will extract the data and display just the data that we've seen here inside of the form or the report. You could also leave this off and do the same parameters right inside the SQL query area inside of the form or report. You don't have to create a separate query. You could just do it on the fly inside of the query. And we'll take a look at that in another example.